Hi everyone, Gina Kraft here, District Tech Coach at Mattoon. We're just going to look at Schoology today, a little bit with the groups. I feel like a lot of teachers are kind of diving into Schoology and really embracing it, and so groups are a really great resource for you as you are creating your own groups, joining groups, have questions, and so I thought this might be an appropriate time to start looking at this. So as you can see, just the dashboard itself is very user-friendly, reminds you kind of Facebook, that sort of feel. So anything that you are a member of with a course or a group will kind of show up on this homepage with different announcements and things like that. So we're going to go to Groups, the tab at the top of your screen. And these are the groups that I am already enrolled in, but we're going to go over to My Groups at the right portion of your screen. Now, these again are the groups that I'm already in, but I want to look at some public groups. These are groups of educators across the nation. Anybody can join them. Sometimes it takes a while for them to approve you just to make sure that you're a real person, but these are great resources. While you have questions when you're working in Schoology or for ideas for different things, these are contributing educators who are going through the process with us. So a couple of groups that I would highly recommend that you join. Schoology Educators is the number one for me. You can see there's over 42,000 members that are active on there. They post questions all the time. It's super, super helpful. And so I would really suggest that you join the Schoology Educators. The other ones you see I've joined have these green check marks next to them. There's lots of different ones. But I'm also going to join this differentiated instruction. And so in order to join it, I just click the button with a person, it says request to join. And it's gone through. So somebody may have to still approve me, but I am now a part of this differentiated instruction. It looks like I can see things, but I can't post anything yet. That's probably why somebody has to approve me. So I'm able to view things, I can't post any questions myself yet. I'm going to go back to Groups and My Groups. We were looking at public groups over here, but I also want to look at these school groups. These are groups that are created under our Mattoon Community Unit School District 2 umbrella, and so these might be elementary groups, they could be high school groups, it could be middle school groups. So I would suggest that you join this Google Suite PD. This is where we're going to post a lot of our videos and different resources, and we're going to get back to that. But this is also where you could create your own group. I know a lot of people have been creating groups for different clubs or organizations for their athletes and their parents to join, can post different, practices or calendars or announcements or different things like that. So a group is a really great tool to use for those parents and for students with groups and organizations and clubs and sports and things like that. In order to create a group, you just go over to this create group, and then you would just name your group and put it in a description. I would encourage you to keep it invite only so people can't just join your group just to join it. They have to get an invitation for it. And then you'll create the group. We'll get to look at that here in 1 second with another group. So I'm in a lot of groups. As you can see, I have several groups, but not all of them appear right here. This is just the top 12 of the groups that I'm in. So in order to get those groups where I want them to be, I would reorder my groups. And I want to keep the top 12 are going to be the ones I'm going to access the most. So in order to change the order of this, it's really simple. I just drag and drop. So you can just move things to where you want. You can see that it'll even tell you right here, groups that appear below this line will not appear in the groups dropdown. So these are groups that I'm part of. I just might not have to access quite as much as I do some of the other groups. So that's a nice handy tool to have as well. We're going to look in the Google Suite PD group. And so this is what a group looks like, kind of like the layout of it. Again, it looks very much like Facebook. It's all kind of streamlined on this one page. You're able to post announcements or questions or different things like that. But I really want to look over here on the left-hand side of our screen to these tabs over here because this is what really is a great resource for the groups. You have the updates, which is going to be like your main page right here. You also have discussion questions. You could post a discussion and people can answer that. You could post pictures. Members, you're able to see who all is a member of that group, and you can also see the admins that are part of that group. So those are going to be the people that, if you really have a lot of questions, and they're going to be the people that you can reach out to. But you can also see just the network of people that we have within that group. But this resources tab is the golden nugget. So you're able to add resources into folders. You can make links. You can add lots of different things in here as a tool, as a resource for the people within your group. I have everything organized in folders so that it'll be easier to find. You can see in the Google Suite PD that these are just the different functions of Google, but in each one, I have lots of different links. So different things that pertain to that topic. And so this is a great resource because then if you have a question or you want more information, then whoever's in your group for whatever topic it is can just go to your resources tab and they can find the different information. I would suggest keeping things organized as much as you can because otherwise if you just have a lot of links everywhere, it's going to be a hot mess express and it's going to be hard to find different things. So I would keep things as organized as possible. In order to make folders, you're just going to click the Add Resources drop down and you're going to hit Add Folder. You're able to give it a name, you can give it a description, and you could also change the color if you want one to kind of stand out or stick out. I did that with our YouTube channel, so it's a different color so that it kind of shows the importance of it and it sticks out from the rest of them. You don't have to give it a different color. It's totally up to you. But this is where you're going to add any of your resources, any of your, like if you want to put in a PDF or a document, any like Google links or any URLs or anything like that. This is the place where that you're going to do it. And it's just going to house everything in a nice, neat, organized fashion. And it's going to be really great for everybody else to be able to access the different resources that you have. So there's just a couple different things about the groups in Schoology. I would highly recommend joining those different groups that we'd already discussed. And here are just a couple features that you're going to see.